We're gonna talk about expressions during worship.
Uh.
I mean, we can go scripture for a minute. I can throw out all those Hebrew words for praise: the extend your hands, the clap your hands, the bow the knee, the shout, the dance, the spin. Did I already say shout?
Yeah. You said it before dance.
Okay, yeah, all that great stuff. The sing, play on the instruments. Yes, 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 yes. Do it. It's that simple. Because the scripture said no.
Do it.
No, I think sometimes we've over the years. Nope, that's not how I would say. It's okay to be expressive during worship. It's okay, and your expression partially comes from your background and your culture. Partially, because it depends on what kind of church you grew up in.
Definitely comes from
or
your culture.
Church you grew up in, or church that you didn't grow up in a church, or you grew up in a certain denomination, different expressions, and then you have different cultures.
Yeah.
Which are different expressive in music and when they're happy and in love or whatever, just different expressions. But the what I've seen happen in the church, that the more educated we get, the less expressive we get. And I don't know why. It's okay. It's just like, I don't know. It's okay to be expressive. And I think it's natural. I say praise is natural. One of my definitions of praise is the natural response of a heart that's in love. Like,
say it again! Say it again!
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Praise. It's a natural response of a heart that's in love. Like, it comes natural. Expressions come natural. You know, if you're happy, I don't have to tell you to smile, you'll smile. Mm-hmm. Or if I say, hey, Clee, I'm going to give you $1 million. Oh! You're not going to be like, well, thank you, kind person, for bestowing upon me a blessed $1 million.
Wow, I really appreciate it.
You're not, no, who would do that? Especially if you're in need or whatever. Or when people say that men aren't expressive and they don't worship, well, they can't be expressive in worship. I was like, have you ever been to a football party? I'm just saying. Like, all those words, they scream, they shout, they dance, they clap their hands, they lift their hands, all those expressions of praise that I listed, they do. And then when their team is losing, you will see them bow a knee because there's, and
there's other ways to be expressive. I was thinking about it just now when the $1 million example, no, you won't be like, wow, what a great gift. But you might even be like, taken aback and like, I'm
in awe.
Yeah, and awe. And like, you might cry, you might just be like, oh my God. But all of that is an expression. Yeah. And so because I think sometimes we think it only has to be loud. Yeah. Praise does not mean loud all the time.
Which
side note?
Yeah, actually was going to lead me to my next thing.
Yes.
So I think the other thing with the expression is we think everyone has to have the same expression.
Preach.
And if your expression doesn't look like my expression, then I'm going to say you're not worshiping. Or I'm going to say that you not. Which again, it goes back to how you're brought up, how your culture went on. You just express differently, but it's okay to be expressive, whatever that looks like. And again, it doesn't have to be the same thing. I think of the scripture, the one who's been forgiven much loves much. And it's just like, based on your own testimony, based on what the Lord's done in your life, where I might be in worship and get excited and like dance, like she said, you might cry. and even when you're leading worship, part of your leading, even with the song, is to like let the congregation know, or those you're leading, it's okay to be expressive. Mm-hmm. It's okay to clap your hands, and I do that through demonstration. So if I'm standing there like this the whole time singing, I'm not smiling. I look like I'm in the middle of the Book of Lamentations. Then
Second chapter 3 is when it gets.
yeah, but then you're the people you're leading. You trying to tell them, hey, this is it's okay to do this, or it's not okay to do this, or you should look like this. And it's I just want to, it's okay to be expressive, whatever that looks like.
It's okay to be expressive.
It's okay to be expressive.
That's something a lot of people I think need to hear. I need to hear. My journey to learning to be expressive, and not learning to be as in like learning that it is okay to be expressive was interesting, because I did not grow up in a culture where everybody was overly expressive.
Wait,
not
pause.
in a bad way.
You mean in a church culture?
Church culture,
Because
yeah.
you're from Trinidad, and I know y'all.
Oh no,
I
no,
know
no.
y'all.
I meant church culture.
Okay, so
yeah.
but you know, okay.
Yeah. No,
So-
I was.
So expression is natural, but somehow when you got to church,
When I got
it was like,
Yes.
okay, no.
Yes, I was under the impression that you just knew that I was meaning church culture.
Oh no, I mean, but no, that's
no, that's no, yeah, church. I did not grow up in a church culture. Yeah, that was like overly, and not that everybody has to be overly expressive, but that just wasn't what I saw. And so me, like she said, I'm from the islands, and we are expressive.
This chick loves to dance.
Are quite expressive. And so for me in worship, it's funny, the crying thing. I cry all the time.
That's all the expression she can't let out.
Okay, no, but for real. Okay, no, but for real though. So learning. You think I'm joking, but
No,
this is serious.
I
I cry often in worship, like often as in like all the time. I'm actually not a crier in real life, but when it's in worship, I just weep at all times. A part of that was that was the only thing that I could felt like I could let out, and sometimes I didn't even plan to let it out. Just things were bubbling up, and because I wasn't doing nothing, I was like, I'm just gonna cry. Whereas like my insides,
your spirit man.
I'm actually
dying.
very
Fighting.
expressive in worship. And it's funny, over the last, I would say maybe, we're in 2020, I would say maybe over the last 5 years, I have begin to let that show a little bit more. And it's funny because people will be like, wow, what's going on? And I'm, in my heart, I'm like, I was always like this. I'm just learning to just let it out. And so it's just funny when you said that, because it is, some people just need to hear, it's okay to be expressive. It's okay to be yourself in worship. Let's put it that way. And whatever that looks like. Because my expressive, now I'm expressive when I get excited, and your expressive may look different, but it's okay to just be you in worship, because worship is not for everyone else. It is for the Lord. And He already knows that you're expressive, so you might as well just let it out.
Let it out.
Let it out.
Because also, it could, like I said, it could encourage someone else. Because, she's holding it all in, and then she sees somebody like, oh.
Yep, that happened.
And it's like, oh, I can do that?
That's what I feel inside.
That's how I feel inside, but I didn't know I could do that. Oh, I can do that?
Yeah.
I didn't, just in a corporate setting, that stuff's contagious. It's very contagious.
Definitely had a epiphany when you were talking earlier. Okay. You can see it on the... I'm sitting up, you were talking, I was like... But for real, I think a lot of places wonder, they're like, why? Why is the congregation, why do they respond like this in worship? And it's like, well, what am I putting off from this day? Because if I'm like this, just the whole time, which is not, I want to emphasize, that is not bad. If that is like your go-to, and that's genuinely what your natural praise is, don't feel any kind of way. This is not like everybody has to, she said it earlier, it doesn't all need to look the same, but there is something that happens when you just you allow yourself to be you, then it shows someone else like, if this is what you're feeling on the inside, then let that sucker loose.
Let it, yeah.
Let it go. Let it go.
That's awesome. Yes.
Yeah.
I have many thoughts and stories. But yes. It's okay to be expressive.
It's okay to be expressive. Use a mic stand too if you're particularly expressive.
Yeah. It's okay to be so expressive that you stop playing your instrument.
Okay, I knew that this was coming.
And that's okay. It's okay. Just, you know what? I just can't do this no more. Let me just take off my guitar and yes, Lord. It's okay. I mean, hey, go for it.
I just don't want to be, limited.
Mm-hmm.
I feel it rise up and I just want to let it out.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
Awesome.
If you could stop playing keys, I'm sure that you would. It
Oh.
would just be a little awkward.
Well, no, I call band breaks for myself. You think I'd be calling drum breaks? Y'all, it's just, I needed a moment.
Drum break.
I needed a moment. I needed that moment, and
Yeah.
I needed,
Yeah.
yeah.
Be expressive. Do it. However that looks for you.
It's okay.
It's okay. I like it. I'm encouraged. I want to go be expressive.
Mm-hmm.